guys, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today we are going to learn how to make this cutie patootie unicorn headband, and it's what you voted on. I'm really enjoying doing the polls for your next tutorials. So yeah, I'm really excited to show you how to do this today. I just put it together real quick. I did see some pictures, but this is just my own pattern. So just as a reminder, if you happen to use it, sell it, or anything like that, just give me a nod and I would so much appreciate it. But yeah, these are great fun to do. So I'm going to tell you what your materials are. First of all, you're going to need a 5mm hook or a size H. You're going to need a I can never think of words when I'm on this camera, stitch marker. And you do not have to use one of these. You can use just a piece of thread. I just happened to have found one finally amongst all my stuff. So I had a bunch of them, and this is the lone one left. Where they all went, who knows. And then you're going to need a pair of scissors, and you're going to need a darning needle to work in your ends. In case this is my little magnetic thing over here, and it holds all my stuff. So there's what a darning needle looks like. They are bigger, smaller, plastic, all kinds of different things. People also call them tapestry needles. I just happen to have always called them a darning needle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make each thing. So I'm going to show you how to make the headband portion to go around the headband. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. You're also going to need a headband. This is just a set of headbands that I bought at Dollar General. I don't remember how much they were, but they weren't very expensive. And we're just going to crochet this and then fit it around it. And I'm going to show you how to do that, and then I'll show you how to do all this other stuff too. Okay, so what I've got here is I've got, of course, I don't remember the name. This is from Hobby Lobby. It was a striping color that I ended up breaking down to make these two colors. It has some shimmer in it. I believe it was off of a sugar wheel. So if that helps at all, that's what that is. And then I'm just using some basic, I love this yarn in white. And that is also from Hobby Lobby. So if you want to use the same colors, but you don't, you can use any colors you want for this, obviously. Okay, so let's get started. Also, when I originally did this, I made the horn out of a smaller hook, and I did mine a little bit different. And because of that, I don't know if you can see a little bit of the ridges in there. That is not from the stuffing. Actually, also, just so you know, you will need some stuffing for this project, or you could use some leftover yarn or anything you can find to put in your horn, okay? So, okay. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to show you how to make this thing that goes around the headband. Okay, this crochet circle that goes around the headband. So we're just going to take our white yarn. I'm going to move all this out of the way, and we're going to do a slip knot. We're using our 5mm hook. But yeah, anyway, that yarn, I don't think I completed my thought there, sorry. But this was used with a smaller hook, and the stuffing was just kind of messed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bigger hook, and it's going to look a little bit better. Because what I did was I decreased too quickly, and it left that indentation there. It still looks good, but I just, you know, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and I don't want that to be there. So with this new one, I'm going to show you that won't be there at all, okay? So we did our slip knot, and now, actually, sorry guys, we're going to do a magic circle. Now, just real quickly, if you don't know how to do a magic circle, or you don't like to do them, you can do a chain 2 if you would rather. So you do your slip knot, chain 2, and then work 6 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you would just close that, and in essence it would be just like a magic circle. The only thing is when you do that one, it leaves this little funny thing right here that you can sometimes see. So that's why I prefer a magic circle, but you can definitely do this if you would like to, okay? But we're gonna do a magic circle. So to do a magic circle, now a magic circle technically is just a loose slip knot. But I don't prefer to do it that way because you still have to change your the way that you're holding your yarn. So I think it's just easier to do it like this, but each to their own. So real quickly, with the yarn pointing down, I have gone across my forefingers here and gone in the back of my pinky. Then I take the working part of the yarn, which is still attached to my skein, and I go over that, just like that. Then I put my hook under this yarn, and I pick up this yarn, and I go through, and I kind of twist a little bit, and then pull this one through. I hope that that's that you can catch that. That's just the way I do it, and there's tons of videos, and you might find it easier to do another way, but that's just the way that I do it. So then I pull this piece out so it doesn't get all messed up there, and that lays up against the other one. And then this piece is what pulls the yarn. And so that's the piece that's hanging down, okay? So now what we're going to do into our magic circle is we're going to single crochet 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then you're just going to pull. Okay, and then you've got your 6 around your magic circle. Now, this is what it should look like. We are going to be working in the circle. Now, if you've watched some of my other videos, you might know what this means, but if you're new to crochet or you haven't watched any of my videos or you don't know what it means, it just means that instead of slip stitching here right into this first single crochet that we did, slip stitching it to close, we're just going to keep going round and round in a circle, which means I'm just going to go right into my first stitch here, my first single crochet, and I'm just going to do another single crochet. Okay, so that's working in the circle. So I'm going to go right into here, right into that first one, and it can be hard to get, so you might have to push your way in there. And you're going to do 1 single crochet, and you're going to do another single crochet. So you're going to do that all the way around for a count of 6. So there's 1, we did 1, so there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, and there's 6. Okay? And that is all you are going to do for this headband. You are going to keep going around and round doing 6 single crochets. Now, what you need to do is pull this way. So it's like this now. So you're seeing the end. So you kind of want to turn it inside out. You can see that circle's coming undone a little bit. That's okay. You can pull it if you need to. But basically, now all you're going to be doing is going round and round in a circle for 6. And you really don't even need to count. If you want to, you can. But you're just going to keep going until you've got enough to cover your headband. So we're going to do a couple more rows together so I can show you what it looks like. So we've done our first 6, so we're going to go right into our next and do 1, and into our next 2, into our next 3, into our next 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and as you can see, it starts going upwards. Okay, and just kind of move this out of the way. Once we get enough of these built up, we can cut this middle string off and just push it back in. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that. So we're just going to keep going around for our 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again, we're just going to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I'm doing this a little loose for the video because I want you to be able to see, but you do need to try to keep this pretty tight because it is going around a headband and you don't want to be able to see the holes. But as you can see, I'm doing it pretty loosely. So you try to do it a little bit tighter than that if you can. If you can, it's not the end of the world, okay? So again, we're just going to do a couple more rows of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And as you can see, it just kind of fits over my finger, so that's easier for me. But as you go along, you won't be able to fit your finger in there anymore. And so when that happens, you just kind of have to lay it flat and go around making sure that you don't miss any. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just like that. And so what you could do after you get so far along is you can just take your scissors and cut this scraggly piece that you've got. Don't cut it too far, but you do want to cut it. And then because you're working in the circle and you're going to be putting something in here, you can tighten that up just a little bit to pull that in. And then you can just take your hook and just start pressing this back in to the middle to get rid of it. And voila, it's not in your way anymore, okay? So again, I'm just going to show you one more time. Working in the circle, just doing 6 all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? And so then you're just going to keep going till it gets long enough. So this is what's going to happen. It's going to fit over your headband just like this. Okay, so you're going to keep going all the way around until you know it'll go all the way to the end of your headband, taking into account that there will be a little bit of stretch with this, okay? So you don't necessarily want to just lay it flat against around it. You might want to stop when you get to about right here and see if it still works, because there is a little bit of stretch in crochet, so just keep that in mind, okay? So that's all you're going to do for this. You're just going to keep going till you get it wrapped around your headband, okay? So I have one already ready, and so I'm going to show you how to put this on and how to sew it together, okay? So this is our end here, and I've left a long piece, so remember to do that at the end of yours so that you can sew it in. And all we're going to do is we're just going to simply put it in just like this. For some reason, usually this goes on a lot quicker, but this time it's not. But yeah, you're just going to keep going till you get it all around. And for some reason, this one, I think this headband may be a little bit thicker than my other ones. I didn't have such a problem, but as you can see, it's still fitting. So I think some of this has come loose or something, and that's why it's doing that. As you can see, some of that part of that headband was coming off, and I think it's catching on to the inside. But still, we did it. We got it done, and it's all around. So that's what it'll look like. And then you're going to take your hook, and you would obviously probably have already done this, but I had left it on here. So I'm just going to close this up with a chain and then pull. And then I'm going to take my darning needle. Okay. And then I'm just simply going to close off the ends here. So I'm just going to go through, oops, sorry, I was off camera. So I'm just going to go through both ends. Okay. And then you're going to take this after you sew the ends up, and you're just going to go through the middle there. Okay. And we're going to hide this within. We're going to weave in our ends, and we're going to hide it right here within the headband so it never comes loose. Okay. So there's 3 times. And then you pull tight so it goes back in. Cut it, and there you go. You've covered your headband. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to learn how to make the horn, okay? So, I'm just using this, this color right here, this lighter pink, and then I have the darker pink that I'm going to show you how to do for the flowers, okay? So the first thing you're going to do for the horn is you're going to do a magic circle. I'm so used to starting with a slip knot. You're going to do a magic circle, just like we did before, or you can do the chain 2. And then we're going to put 6 single crochet into our magic circle. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then you're just going to pull that, okay, and then you're going to do, just like we were doing before, you're going to be working in the circle, or in the round, okay, so we're not going to be slip stitching to close, we're just going to be going just around, okay, and you will need your stitch marker or a piece of yarn for this, okay, so we're going to go right into this first single crochet that we did. And we're going to put a single crochet, and we're going to do 6 all the way around. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to increase, okay? So we're going to go right into, still working in the round, we're going to go right into our next available stitch, and we're going to put we're going to put a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So there's 1, and then we're going to go into our next and do 1. And then we're going to go into our next and put 2. And you're going to do that twice. So we're going to go into our next and put 1. Go into our next and put 1. And then go into our next and put 2. And that should leave you with 8 around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So now that I've done that, I really think that I should start using my stitch marker now. You could have used yours already if you would have wished, but we're going to put that right there. Okay. And I don't even close mine, and I probably should, but I just don't. But I'm going to put my stitch marker right there. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 single crochet all the way around of 8. So you'll get a total of 8. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you should end on your stitch marker, pull that out, and put your last one, which will make 8. Okay? And then you're going to put your stitch marker right back in there. And the next thing you're going to do is another increase. So we're going to do 3 single crochets, and then we're going to do 1 increase. So we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next, 1 single crochet in the next, 1 single crochet in the next, and then we're going to put 2 single crochets. And again, 1 single crochet in the next, 1 single crochet in the next, 1 single crochet in the next, and then in this last one where your stitch marker is, there should be 2 single crochets. Okay, and that should leave you with a stitch count of 10. And now what you're going to do is we're going to do 4 rows of 10 single crochets. So I'm going to put my stitch marker back in, and we're going to do 4 rows of 10, which means we're going to have 40. So I'm just going to count to 40. Okay, so I'm going to take that stitch marker out because I'm just going to count to 40. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Okay, then I'm going to put my stitch marker back, and then as you can see, it'll start already forming a kind of a hornish look there. Okay, and so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to increase to 4 and 2. So we're going to do 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then in the next, you're going to put 2 single crochets. And then again, you're going to do 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to remove your stitch marker, and in this last one will be an increase, so there will be 2 single crochets. Then put your stitch marker back. Okay. And now what you're going to do is you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to do 4, you're going to do 4 rounds of single crochets. And at the end of that round that we just did for the 4 and 2 increase, you should have a stitch count of 12. Okay. And then you're going to do 4 rounds of single crochets. Now I'm not going to do that on camera, because I know that you know how to do 4 rounds of single crochets. But you can also just multiply 12 times 4, and then you can just go around that many times, okay? So now what I'm going to do is show you, you will have one more increase. After you do those 4 rounds of single crochets, you're going to do 5 and 2. So I'm just going to show you how to do that real quick. So you would go around and you would do 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3, 4, and 5. And then in the 6th, you would put 2 single crochets for your increase. Then you would do 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And my stitch marker fell out because I never keep it done. And this last one, you're going to put 2. Okay. And at this point, you should have a stitch count of 14. After you did those 4 rounds and you did your 5 and 2, then you're going to have a stitch count of 14. And then what you'll do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're going to do 7 rounds of single crochet to end this off, and then you will have your horn. I'm not going to do that on camera, but I probably will put a couple instructions here to the side that you can see. Okay, but yeah, so that's how you do your horn. And you could keep going and make it bigger if you want to, or you can make it smaller and stop at a certain point if you want to as you're going along. Okay, but those are the instructions for the horn, and that is for the size horn that I have here. However, because that was used with a smaller hook, yours is going to look more like this one. Okay, it is the exact same size, but if you can tell, it looks a little bit different. Number one, it looks smoother because I did that decrease too soon. But also it looks a little bit bigger because we're using a bigger hook. Okay, so that's what your horn will look like. And now I'm going to show you how to do the flowers. Okay, this is all really simple, really easy to do, and fun to make. Okay, so to make this flower, all you're going to do is you're going to do a slip knot. You're going to chain 25, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. And then all you're going to do is go all the way back down, doing 3 single crochets in each stitch. So you're just going to 1, 2, and 3. And go into your next and do 1, 2, and 3. Go into your next, do 1, 2, and 3. And you're just going to be doing that. And when you do that, you're going to notice, because you're putting 3 stitches in each chain, you're going to start getting a curvy effect. Your stuff's going to start turning and curving, which is exactly what you want it to do. Okay. So you would just keep going all the way down. Okay. And then it would eventually turn just like that. Do you see that? It's making a turn there. Okay. And so I'm not going to do that on camera, but you're just going to keep going all the way down. And then when you get done, you're just going to let it kind of turn in on itself, and you're going to keep going round and round until you have a beautiful little rose to put on to your thing. Okay. So keep doing that all the way around. And when you get done, you leave a long enough piece, and then you just go up the sides here, and you sew a couple of these together so it stays undone. Then you go through the middle, pull out, and then go back in. Okay. And leave this on the end, leave a good long piece so that you can sew it on to your headband. Okay. So you're going to need 1, 2, 3, and 4 of these. Okay. 2 in the darker pink if you're making it just like mine, and 2 in the lighter pink. Okay. And then remember, the horn is in the lighter pink as well. So now I'm going to show you how to do the ears, and then we'll be all done. Okay. And the ears are really simple. You're going to do another magic circle, or your chain 2. So we're going to do a magic circle. Okay. And we're going to put 6 single crochet into our ring. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you're going to close that up. And then working in the round, you're going to go around and do 6 single crochets starting into this first one here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. And now you're going to do 2 in each all the way around, okay? So we did 2 rounds of 6. So we're going to go right into our next and do 2, and we're going to do 2 in each all the way around to make 12. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10, and 11, and 12. Okay, so now we're going to put our stitch marker here because we need to know where we start and finish. So we're going to put our stitch marker here, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and 11, and then 12. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, we somehow missed our count there. I don't know what I did wrong, but either way, we're going to keep going. But you should have 12. So now we're going to keep doing rounds of 12. So we're going to do 4 more rounds of 12, and that will finish off your ear. You're going to have this little point up here. So just do 4 more rounds of single crochet of the 12, and then you'll be all done with your ear. Okay, so really simple, easy stuff to do. And then what you would do to assemble this, and also, you know, you'll need 2 of your ears. You would just place your horn. You would stuff your horn. And I don't have any stuffing on me right now. Sorry about that, guys. But basically, you would stuff your horn. Okay, I'm going to just show you how to do this real quick because it can be a little hard to get it sewn on here. But the ears are the same way as the horn. So you would stuff your horn, and then you would place it right here on the edge, okay? So right on the edge of this, you would start going back and forth through both sides, laying flat. So you would stuff it, but not to the point where you couldn't lay this flat, okay? And then you would just go back and forth through this yarn, right here in the middle. Just like this. Okay. And you would catch both sides, okay? I missed a few there, but you would catch both. Then you would turn it over, okay, once you got all that done, and you would pick up from down here. This is what's going to make this horn stand up even more because it is stuffed, and so you'll have much more. Mine's just laying flat because it's not stuffed. But once you put it in on this side and then you pull back, starting from about right here at the headband and then going up to the top and pull back, it's going to cause it to come forward, okay? So you want to do that on both sides, okay? Then you would place your ears the same way that I just showed you how to do the horn on each side of the horn. Okay, so just like this. And then you would place your roses, one of each different color going around. So I would have one here, and then I would do one here, and then I would have another one of these on this side, okay? And that's all there is to it. Really fun, really easy to make. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And I'm going to be doing a couple more videos on beginner. So if you're a beginner crocheter and you need to learn some more, keep an eye out for those. And also keep an eye out for what we're going to be doing next. I'm going to have you vote on that. So just look at that community tab. And thanks for watching, guys. Happy crocheting. See you soon. Bye-bye.